Oh hey, so the other day we shot a music video for Sahara Beck. Let's take you behind the scenes and break down how we did that.
Tapping on the roof, scene 14, take 2.
So for this music video, Sahara Beck wanted a Quentin Tarantino theme, so the entire look of it was going to be almost as if it was a Quentin Tarantino film, but obviously we weren't just going to rip one of his scenes off. So what I did was I just reverse engineered a lot of his scenes and kind of got this idea based on Sahara Beck's ideas for it, where basically we have a little bit of each of his films almost just imprinted on it, like just as little nods and inspirations to what we made. So what makes it Quentin Tarantino? Well, we got violence, certain shots. He does these shots where you'll be looking up from inside a trunk, usually, or something along the lines of that. So I knew I wanted to start the music video with something like that. So originally we had a car, and so I was thinking maybe start it from inside the boot, which you'll see I think in all his works. But we didn't end up getting that car. Stuff happens, you gotta be prepared for that. So I had some backup shot ideas to introduce it. The next idea was starting inside of a duffel bag. So what we could have done is have two duffel bags. One ripped open with the camera up standing below it while two people hold it, and it gets unzipped. But then I figured, why waste a duffel bag like that? You can just do it differently. You can have a different approach to that where you can just have your camera operator standing below Sahara Beck as she pretends to unzip it. That way you keep her in focus the whole time, but you create an illusion that she's unzipped it. And then in post, what I would have done is I would have had a black screen with a kind of material texture and just like in visual effects have it unzip to reveal. But that just felt really cheesy, and I didn't want to do that. And also, I'm very keen on my practical effects. If I can go practical, I'll always do that over VFX. So what we ended up going for was, it's a black screen and you've got the splitting down the middle still. However, now it's Sahara Beck opening the doors to reveal the entire set. So we're not even in the set yet. It's her coming through the front door. She reveals it all, but she reveals nothing at the same time because she fills most of the frame. So it's just teasing what you're about to see. So she walks in, but we don't even know who she is yet. We did it in a way where we don't see Sahara Beck until a minute or two later, after she does this dance number, and then we reveal who she is with this sly little like tilt of the hat, and that's where we see it. So for this music video, we shot on location at Lefty's Old Time Music Hall, which is a beautiful location just in the city of Brisbane. It has a very Old West saloon kind of vibe going on for it, which is just perfect for what we're going for. We wanted something that would look like where a Quentin Tarantino movie might have been shot. And so for this was just perfect. So Lefty's has a really good location set up for filming. It's got the downstairs area with all the tables and the bar, and then there's some stairs just near a stage, and if you go up there, there's a whole balcony that kind of almost goes all the way around. So what we actually did is we set up basically all the lights up on that balcony, and they're all beaming down, and then we had one hidden in the bar just to kind of light the bottles up blue, because then we had this one other light just on a C-stand hanging over the balcony, over the two girls who were being tortured. My favorite shot of the entire music video is quite possibly the very first shot, kind of partnered with the second shot that goes after that, where she opens the doors. I love it, and the creativity behind that is just so beautiful. Another one of my favorite shots though is towards the end, where we did a shot that revolves around the entire set but doesn't end after a couple of seconds. This shot goes for so long. It's a real long shot, and to do something like that where you revolve around the whole set and keep rolling for ages, that took a few practices because it's not like just saying a couple of lines and it's not just hitting a couple of marks on the set. So we had Brody laying on the ground underneath the two girls who were tied up. So he had a syringe full of fake blood, and on action, he would then squirt that up. We had Sahara Beck pulling a knife out to make it appear as though that's the blood coming out. She pulls out. Yeah, and that worked pretty cool, but we didn't end it there. We then continue the shot to then pull out and reveal more, but not show what Sahara Beck's just left the scene to do. So we then focus on the girls who are struggling, looking very scared, and then we show Sahara Beck is actually throwing gasoline on them. And then she goes between them, and she trails it along, goes to the door, and that's where we end the shot. So a thing I always like to do in my films is use smoke to kind of add depth to a shot, because otherwise it always feels very flat. So for this one, because of the beautiful setup with the balcony, I had all the lighting up there, and I had Nathan on a smoke machine up top, and I had Brody on a smoke machine down at the bar, and I had them both on cue. They would pump smoke in, so you had it there and there, almost like a letterboxing effect, but then it would slowly sink down, but that was still too thick because we don't want it to look like cigar smoke or fire. We just want it to add depth, just a thin layer of smoke. A haze machine would have done this effect to a great extent and lasted so much longer, but we don't currently have access to one. So this is how we did it. We then pumped those two in and got fleckies and just diffused it, and that got the same effect. So a very important thing you want to do with any film, no matter how small, is cater for your crew and your cast, because odds are they're probably doing it for free. For this one, I managed to get catering done for only $100, and that covered all your essentials. You had your junk food, your fruits, your main food, coffee. Coffee is very important. Always have coffee. Without that, your crew will be dead in an hour. If you like that, okay, so that was the behind the scenes of Tapping on the Roof by Sahara Beck. If you like what you saw, maybe subscribe, comment, like, share it around. We'll see you in a month. Hopefully we're doing some monthly.
Pokeball, come see. Hey, what's with the sword?
Don't interrupt me.